hi everyone. This is just a brief overview of how to send off your prints on our lovely 3D printers here in the Engineering Leadership Council Makerspace room. Okay, so one of the main things you need to do first before setting off a print, just make sure one of the officers in the room is aware you're going to do it. Make sure you're aware of all of our policies in place. But to prepare this printer, you're gonna open the printer that you want to use, make sure the print bed is clear of any debris or anything. And then we have right here alcohol. You're gonna give it a spray or two, wipe it off just so that it pulls off kind of like any grease or oil to really like get a good first layer adhesion. That's a big thing. And once it's ready, make sure there's nothing in its way. And just make sure you have the correct filament sets that you want. I only have a couple colors, but that's that. And then once you're done, you're gonna come over to the computer and just send it off.
So on the PC here, you're gonna wanna go to Orca Slicer and have that open. If you plugged in a USB, you will wanna pull off the files from that. If not, you should send them to our Discord here. There's a channel called 3D Printing. You can send your files and download it via the link there. In Orca Slicer, you wanna go to Prepare. And by default, this is what you should be looking at. There is going to be different user presets for each of our printers. We have Captain Printy, Dr. Printinator. These names will line up with the names that are printed on the front of the printer. You want to make sure that you choose the correct one that corresponds to the printer you want to use. For the most part, if you're using ELC filament, it is going to be this setting. If you are bringing in your own filament, please see an officer just so we can vet it and make sure it'll fit in the machine. However, as you can see, our machines will do a lot of different materials. There is also presets right here. We already have two pre-made presets. The top one is the default one, and the bottom one, the 0.28, is if you want a slightly faster one. Depending on your project, it might need different settings per model, so you are able to change that through here. And once you have that all situated, you can go to the icon up here with the little cube, click on it, and navigate to where your file is located. So I'm gonna grab this one. It's gonna load it up, and it'll look in here. So you're able to click and drag and move this around where it needs to be. You can also click on this button. This will give you 3-axis toggles. So you're able to define this explicitly where you want it to go. Like this will go over here, and then you see it actually give me an error. Or you can click on the plate, right click on the plate, and click Arrange. It'll automatically position it in its best spot. You click on the model, you're able to rotate it via that menu. And there is also, if you need to scale it, and so I'm just gonna rotate this. So if you have a model that starts at a weird angle here, and you don't want to spend all the time to rotate it, you can click on this button. And this will show all the faces that this model has. You can see it gets a little weird when they're all around, but on here, there's a single face. I can click on it, and it will put that face on the plate. So you can mass orientate models as you need. Now you want to optimize your for 3D printing. So this one actually already is. There's no large overhangs greater than 45 degrees. That would be if this was the other way around. This would have a massive overhang. And a printer is going to really struggle unless there's support material. So we print with this, and we print at a 45. With that, there's also support material. By default in our profile, we have this enabled. If you need to disable it, this model doesn't actually require supports. We can disable that. And when we go to slice it, it will produce supports. However, I'm going to turn this on so we can see what it looks like. But when you got your model all situated, you come up here, hit slice, give it a minute, and you can see there's actually 0 support material because this is a model that is optimized for 3D printing. So I'm going to actually change this out for a model that would require 3D printing. There we go. So I'm going to put this in an unoptimal spot right there rather than on the other face, because this is also optimized. But if I go to slice here, you can see all the green in there. That's all the support material. This is actually a good case. So there's 2 sliders on the side when you are in the preview tab after you slice. This one is the specific layer time. This will run you through exactly what the nozzle does for the entire layer. And then this is actually your layers. So if you drag this down, you can actually see the entire print. You can see all that support material growing up. In this panel, there's 2 numbers you would need to notice. So one of them is your total filament usage, which is right here, and then your total time, which is right there. The time is more so you know how long it is going to be until you are able to get it. And then the total filament is you actually have to input that into our filament tracker. So in the filament tracker, it will be on the second screen here. It is a fairly simple interface to use. You're gonna put your first name into the top field. In the secondary field, it will be your total filament in grams. Everything we do for the 3D printers will be in grams for the filament. So we'll populate that. Then we just need to choose the correct type of filament that is on our printer. So we have Sunlu Black, but if it was the TPU roll, it will populate with the correct brand and color, as well as if you need to choose a different PLA one, it is there as well. As we get different materials, these choices will change, but after you got all your info in, you can just hit log usage. A message will pop up saying usage logged successfully, and you can just hit OK. Now, if you are wondering what filament resources we have, they are actually in our Discord. So if you head into our Discord, under Makerspace Channels, Filament Resources, this gives you a real-time tracker for all of our materials that we have. So, Sunlu Black, you can see we have 3,344.98 grams. There's a lot. But after you have verified that you've put the filament amount in the tracker, and your model is all good to go, you want to head up to here, click on print, and this is going to pull up a menu. So this, the blue, you actually want to just immediately start typing your name, dash, and then whatever the model is. So this was a fan enclosure. Then you want to make sure that all 4 of the options that are checked are currently what is checked. So switch to the device tab, upload and print, heated bed leveling, textured side on side A. Click on upload, wait for it down here, and then this will send it directly to the printer that was described up here in your printer menu. If you see, this will go to this tab, and you give it a minute, and it will be on video here, and it will start printing. If you're ever curious of the updates on your printer, you can always check in our Discord. We have a 3D printer live feed. So you find the printer under the name, and you can just look at it and let it go. So it looks like it's going on this printer. This one will go. That should be everything you need to do on the PC wise. And now you just need to wait for your print.
All right, now that your printer is done printing the model, what you want to do is open the door. You want to take it off. Well, it looks like it popped off, but what you want to do is kind of give it a little crack, make sure it pops off. And it's a common courtesy just to clean off your print bed after each use, just to clear for the next person. And we have a garbage can right here, which you guys can see. There's a lot of debris in there, and you just want to clean it off yourself, put it back, or either or, doesn't matter. And close the door and hit confirm. Make sure everything's the way you left it. If there's anything wrong with the printer or broken, please let an officer know, and your print should be good.
Yeah.